So Mary's has a dance society called Mary's Dance. Very original, I know. I'm currently the president. So we perform at college events such as Winter Ball and Masquerade Ball and also Mary's Day. We've also performed at other colleges for their balls and also other college fashion shows. There's no experience needed, you don't have to have danced before and we're not auditioned, and also you don't have to perform if you don't want to, you can just come along and learn the dances for fun and fitness. You can find out more about Mary's Dance by following us on Instagram, we're just there under Mary's Dance, or finding our Facebook page. There are several options for dancing at a university level. The main dance society is called InStep. They have the dance competition teams, so you audition at the beginning of first term, and if you make it onto a team, then you attend rehearsals each week and then go to competitions on the weekends at various different universities. They also have classes each week in a really wide variety of styles and at different levels, so beginner through to advanced and point work for ballet. There's Bollywood, there is also Broadway, basically everything that you can think of. Again, you can find out more about InStep by following their Instagram and also their Facebook page. InStep also has a big showcase during second term where each of the classes will create a dance on a theme and perform it. Also in the Durham dance community there is Ballet Company, which is also auditioned, and they put on a ballet towards the end of the year, and they also work with a qualified ballet teacher. There is also DU Dance Sport, and I'm sure several other Durham dance societies.
There's loads of opportunities to get involved with musical societies in college and the university as a whole. I'm in Basement Jazz, we're the college's resident functioning band. We play in college events and society balls all across the university. If you're a singer, we have Mary's Mixed Voices, which is a non-audition choir for all abilities, as well as the chapel choir, who would rehearse normally every week in the college chapel. The Foot of the Hill Theatre Company has musical opportunities as well, and there's practice rooms in the college basement with pianos and rehearsal space for anyone to use. Across the university as a whole, the Music Durham coordinates musical societies and have everything you could think of, from orchestras and jazz societies, barbershop, a brass band that I'm involved in. There's loads of things to get involved with, so yeah, there's no shortage of musical opportunities.
On the whole, college level sports tends to be a lot more relaxed. You don't even have to have played the sport before, you can just go along and have a laugh with your mates. University level sports mainly tends to be for athletes who are athletes and a bit better at the sports and might go on to represent the university. But equally, there are some sports which aren't even offered at college level. For example, I do fencing, which isn't offered at college level, so I do it at university level instead, and I take beginner classes. But both of them, you get the opportunity to compete. There's like inter-college tournaments as well as inter-university tournaments. And
in terms of drama at Mary's, we have the Foot of the Hill Theatre Company. So this is a Mary's-based theatre company, and they put on 3 productions throughout the year. At the end of first term, they have the Panto. This is so much fun and a really great way to meet people from other years now that you're kind of settled into your first term at university. The Panto is usually a take on a very famous Panto theme, but made to be all about Durham. So, for example, I was in The Wizard of Duz as a Wizard of Oz spin-off. They then have a perhaps more serious play in the second term, and then finally in third term, after exams, they put on a musical. In my first year, they did High School Musical, and it looked so much fun. In terms of drama in Durham, there are so many different theatre companies. The best way to find out more about them is to go to the DST, which is Durham Student Theatre, website and social pages, and also to go when you arrive during Freshers Week to the SU Freshers Fair, where each of the theatre companies has their own stall and you can find out more about what they specialise in. Within these theatre companies, there is also an opera group and also Dulog, which is the Durham University Light Opera Group, who perform a musical at the start of second term at the Gala Theatre, which is our local theatre, and it's honestly like a proper musical production. It's really something that's worth going to see. In terms of performance space in Durham, we have the newly renovated Assembly Room Theatre, which is on the Bailey, and each of the theatre companies can apply to put on their productions in this space. The other performance spaces, Collingwood has some great space to be used, so does Hillbede. It really depends on the type of performance and also the theatre company. There are also many opportunities to work behind the scenes in all of these different theatre companies, including Foot of the Hill. For example, the pantomime is always looking for writers and directors. The best way to really find out about drama and dance at Durham is to start looking at the social media pages. Everyone at this point has either an Instagram or a Facebook page, and you can really find out more about what they're about from those.
So you can have different jobs around campus. In college you can work at the Toasty Bar, the bar and the library and things like that. Or even you can get a job outside of college, such as in local cafes and things like that.
To be honest, you can be involved as much or as little as you like in college life as well as university, like extracurriculars. That's totally your choice how you want to do that. You also have the opportunity to get involved in, on the leadership side of stuff, different clubs and societies, which is a really great way to get some experience and like really get your teeth stuck into it. For example, last year when I was on my year abroad, I was still involved in college welfare campaigns, which was a really fun way to feel like I was still part of the college community, and also I was the treasurer for the hockey club, so there's definitely tons of different opportunities to be involved in whatever way you want to.
The very nature of Durham as a collegiate university means that you can have as jam-packed a social calendar as you want during your time here. Particularly at Mary's, there are so many sports and societies to get stuck in and involved with, each having very extensive social calendars across the entire year, along with lots of college events that are running, which means that you can constantly meet new people. You often go out with people in your societies to have nights out, go to bars with them, so you can meet a whole new bunch of people.
We have formals, which are held roughly 2 to 3 times a term. These are 3-course dinners where everyone comes into the dining hall and we sit down in our gowns and enjoy a meal with our friends. For formals, people tend to dress up, think cocktail dresses, lounge suits, and then your gown on top. We also have several informals during the year. Informals are similar to formals in that we all come together to eat. However, it's usually a 2-course menu and everyone gets dressed up in fancy dress. So we have our famous Halloween informal where everyone comes and there's a prize for the best group and solo costume. Another staple of the Mary's social calendar are the bops. You'll get to experience a bop in Freshers Week with Glastonbury's. We also then usually have a bop in second term, which is open to everyone. Bops are evenings where people can come into college and listen to different musical acts in the dining hall. There's usually a photo booth. There's also usually some kind of funfair ride set up in the dining hall. Mary's has 3 balls a year, which is more than most colleges. We have a ball every single term. In the first term, we have winter ball. This is usually snow or ice themed. For example, we had a Nutcracker themed ball a few years ago. Balls have a more formal style of dress, usually long dresses and sometimes black tie for guys. You don't have to wear your gown to balls. In the second term, we have Masquerade Ball. Masquerade Ball is organised by the Arts Committee, and everyone wears masquerade masks. One of the biggest events on Mary's social calendar is the Midsummer Ball. This is held after exams in the summer term. The event usually starts around 6 p.m, and then after the meal there are various funfair rides, so many different bands and stages set up, and there's really something for everyone to do. At around 4 a.m, everyone goes up Observatory Hill, which is a hill right by Mary's that has an amazing view over Durham, including the cathedral, and we all watch the sunrise and get loads of great pictures. We all then get to come down, and there's usually some kind of food, and then we take a survivor's picture. The survivor's picture is for people who have made it all the way through the night from 6 till 6. After exams, we also have Mary's Day. Mary's Day is a day for the whole college to get together and hang out in the sun. During Mary's Day, there's usually a large stage set up with various different musical acts on it. There are also performances from Mary's Dance and Mary's Cheer. We also have a bouncy castle, sometimes an obstacle course, and several food vans. The bar is also open, and the event goes on late into the evening until most people then go on to one of Durham's nightclubs. There are smaller events that go on every week at college. Sometimes these are performances from Foot of the Hill Theatre Company, or it might be a pub quiz run by one of our societies. Typically there is something going on every single week, so you'll never be short of something to do at Mary's.
Nightlife in Durham is also really great. There are a bunch of bars and clubs that students always go to right in the city centre. There's a great Wednesday night sports night that runs every week, and given the nature of Durham clubs, you are guaranteed to run into at least one group of people who you know, which makes your night out even more fun. Plus, Newcastle is right on your doorstep if you want an even bigger night out.